the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers carved life into the desert, stood Babylon, a city of gods and gold, of towering ziggurats and impenetrable walls. By 539 BCE, it was the seat of the Neo-Babylonian Empire, a realm forged by the iron will of Nebuchadnezzar II. But under its last king, Nabonidus, this empire would crumble not through war, but through a crisis of faith. This is the story of a mystic ruler, a vengeful priesthood, and the cunning conqueror who turned divine discord into an empire's end. Nabonidus was an outsider. Born to a high priestess of the moon god Sin in Haran, he rose to power not by lineage but through military prowess. His mother, Adad-Gupi, instilled in him a devotion to Sin, a deity overshadowed by Babylon's patron god, Marduk. Upon seizing the throne, Nabonidus shocked the empire. He diverted temple funds to restore Sin's sanctuaries in Ur and Haran, even replacing Marduk's statues with Sin's crescent emblem. The verse account of Nabonidus, a later text, accuses him of bringing confusion to the cults and forsaking the rights of kingship. But Nabonidus saw himself as a reformer. Ancient inscriptions reveal his passion for archaeology. He excavated ruins, restored ancient temples, and boasted of rediscovering the forgotten works of Sargon of Akkad. To him, Sin represented a pure, older Mesopotamia. Yet to Babylon's priests, this was sacrilege. The Akitu festival, a 12-day ritual where the king renewed his bond with Marduk, lapsed for years. Farmers and merchants grew restless. Whispers spread that the gods were angry, and dark signs hinted at Babylon's fate. Then in 553 BCE, Nabonidus made a fateful decision. He left Babylon entirely. For a decade, Nabonidus ruled from Tema, a desert oasis 600 miles south. Why? The Nabonidus Chronicle offers no motive, but clues remain. Tema controlled the incense trade routes from Arabia, a lucrative prize. Some scholars suggest Nabonidus sought to build a moon god cult far from Marduk's influence. Meanwhile, his son Belshazzar struggled in Babylon. Taxes soared to fund distant wars. Median raiders pillaged northern farms. A tablet from Sippar laments, "The king is gone, the gods are angry, the people starve." As Babylon frayed, Cyrus the Great, king of Persia, masterminded his rise. By 550 BCE, he toppled the Median Empire, positioning himself as Babylon's northern rival. But Cyrus was no brute conqueror, he was a propagandist. The Cyrus Cylinder, a clay proclamation buried in Babylon's foundations, claims Marduk himself scanned all lands, searching for a just ruler, and chose Cyrus to end Nabonidus's blasphemies. Cyrus's genius lay in flexibility. He married a Median princess to secure alliances, hired Greek mercenaries, and promised autonomy to conquered cities. To the Jews exiled in Babylon, he vowed to rebuild Jerusalem's temple, a stark contrast to Nabonidus's neglect. By 540 BCE, Cyrus controlled the Tigris headwaters. Babylon's lifeline was in his hands. In 539 BCE, Cyrus struck. His army marched south, flanking Babylon's defenses. At Opis, a key Euphrates crossing, Nabonidus's conscript army collapsed. The Nabonidus Chronicle notes, "The people of Akkad revolted against him." Babylonian troops, many from regions stripped of temple funds, deserted. Cyrus, ever pragmatic, offered amnesty to defectors. The road to Babylon lay open. Babylon's walls were legendary, 18-meter-thick barriers of baked brick, moated by the Euphrates. Yet on October 12, 539 BCE, they fell without a siege. The Nabonidus Chronicle states simply, "Cyrus entered Babylon without battle." How? The answer lies in the Exile Temple. Marduk's priests, marginalized for 17 years, likely opened the gates. Herodotus claims Cyrus diverted the Euphrates to infiltrate under the walls, a tale debated by historians but symbolic of Babylon's unraveling. Nabonidus, fleeing southwest to Borsippa, was captured. Cyrus spared his life, exiling him to Carmania. His son Belshazzar vanished, later mythologized in the Book of Daniel as a prince slain by a divine hand. Cyrus, meanwhile, knelt before Marduk's statue, reviving the Akitu festival. The priests, rewarded with restored authority, scrubbed Nabonidus's name from monuments. The heretic king became a ghost. Cyrus's conquest birthed a new template for empire. Babylon thrived as a Persian satrapy. Its scribes, astronomers, and merchants integrated into a multicultural realm. Yet Nabonidus' shadow lingered. Cyrus completed Sin's temple in Haran, appropriating his foes' projects. The verse account of Nabonidus painted him as mad. The Cyrus cylinder spun surrender into salvation. Modern archaeology, however, reveals nuance. Excavations at Tama show Nabonidus' ambitious construction projects. Cuneiform records from Ur prove Sin's cult endured quietly. Even in exile, Nabonidus' legacy defied erasure. Yet Babylon's lesson remains. Empires fall not when walls crumble, but when rulers forget that gods are shaped by those who serve them. Was Nabonidus a visionary or a fool? Did Cyrus liberate Babylon or conquer it with words as sharp as swords? The answer lies in the cracks of clay tablets, where gods and kings alike are etched by the hands of those who survive. For in the end, history is not written by the victors. It is deciphered by the curious.